Yesterday, the U.S. government announced a massive prisoner exchange for Russia and other countries. As part of the deal, the Russian government released high-profile Americans held there, including a Wall Street Journal reporter, Evan Gershkovich, also included in that trade, wealthy young Russian entrepreneur named Vladislav Klyushin, who was incarcerated in a U.S. federal prison for his role in one of the most damaging insider trading schemes in Wall Street history. For much of the past year, Eamon Javers has been working on a documentary about that individual. He joins us now. Hey, Eamon.
Good morning to you, Joe. That's right. This is the story of one of the most damaging insider trading rings of all time and the FBI and Department of Justice operation that tracked it down. Our documentary is called Putin's Traitor, and it reveals how hackers based in Moscow were able to access financial information for scores of American companies and trade on it illegally for years. Here's a sneak peek.
On March 21st, 2021, an up-and-coming young Russian oligarch and his wife touched down in their private jet at tiny Sion Airport in the Swiss Alps. It's a wedding anniversary celebration, and they're on their way to a luxurious ski vacation. Sion is the gateway to the famed resort of Zermatt, where the elite go to ski and to party. Sion is still an hour's drive from the slopes, so the truly wealthy take a short walk across the tarmac and board helicopters to take them directly to the slopes. The oligarch's name is Vladislav Klyushin, and at this moment, he's at the absolute height of his powers. He's built a fabulously successful company, he's cultivated connections at the highest levels of the Russian government, and he works for the office of the Russian president, Vladimir Putin. But what the oligarch doesn't know is that U.S. law enforcement has been monitoring the flight since it left Moscow, and they want to charge him with crimes that go to the heart of the American financial system. The victims are investors in iconic American companies, including names on the cutting edge of the U.S. economy like Tesla, Snapchat, and Roku. At stake is the integrity of American capital markets. It's all part of the dangerous underworld of the global financial system. One veteran Russian spy tells me the Kremlin sees financial markets as America's strength and a target to attack. To protect him, we agreed to conceal his identity. But this man, who worked for Vladimir Putin's intelligence service, says the case of Vladislav Klyushin was just one small part of a much bigger Russian operation against Western finance. Klyushin's story is just the part that we can see.
And guys, I wanted you to take a look at this video yesterday of the Russian prisoners being greeted in Moscow by Vladimir Putin. Here we can see that the very first person that Vladislav Klyushin sees when he steps onto Russian soil is the Russian president. Here's that moment. Take a look. Vladislav Klyushin here getting off the plane in Moscow. There he is in the tan shirt, and there is the handshake and sort of a bro hug with Vladimir Putin. So you can see Putin there gathered with all of the Russians who were released. Klyushin there on the left behind the lady with the flowers. You can watch the full documentary, which is called Putin's Traitor, now on CNBC.com/Putin's Traitor doc, or by scanning the QR code that you can see on your screen in the lower right-hand corner right now. And guys, we're also going to release a longer podcast on this story. It's called The Crimes of Putin's Traitor. That's going to be available on August 15th. It is a story that is full of twists and turns, you guys, and it's amazing details in here about the lavish lifestyles of these Moscow-based conspirators, including their sports cars, their yacht trips, and their private jets. Back over to you guys.
You can't have I don't know, I'm glad everybody's home, but you can't have a great feeling that we have actual perps over here that happen to be Russian, and basically someone is trying to do his job over there and becomes a pawn where you're being traded for actual. What it looks like is that this guy was
snatch people.
Yeah, they snatch people just to offer them for an exchange,
and
right?
It makes you wonder if you should ever go over there to Russia, either for business or for any reason at all. If you could suddenly wind up a pawn like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't go. You know, one fun detail, guys, that Andrew would appreciate in this, the FBI was able to actually get all the text messages between these Russian conspirators as they were running this insider trading scheme. And they're complaining about the stocks not going up the way they think they're going up. You know, it's really hard to insider trade, even when you have the results in advance. They had access to all this SEC filings in advance. They still weren't getting it right every time. But what was fascinating was they were texting each other while they were doing this about billions. The Showtime program about corrupt Wall Street traders being chased by American law enforcement. Of course, that show co-created by Andrew. So it's sort of a meta moment here while these Wall Street crooks in real life were texting each other about a fictional version of the same thing, all of which comes back in a weird way to CNBC and to your show.
What a world. What a meta world. Eamon, thank you for that. Now I got to watch your show. I'm very excited and listen to the podcast as well.